Hi, this is Vinney Chopra. Thank you for again joining on my podcast, Apartment Syndication Made Easy. As you know, I wrote that book, which is a top seller in Amazon. Internationally also got a lot of acclaim, reviews and all. And this podcast is about syndication, about commercial investing. I like to bring great guests for you and dig into their story, their successes, and find out some nuggets from them so that you could really enjoy them and learn from them and then implement them. Hi there, guys. This is Vinney Chopra back to you again. I hope you're liking the content. Syndication Made Easy. That has been my world for last 15 years, which has changed my life totally, going from such a small net worth to XXXX times. And the big thing is it's the power of money, OPM. And I have a great friend right here with me hanging out today, Kenneth, Ken G. G-E-E, Ken G, the CEO and the founder, managing partner of KRI Partners and the KRI group of companies. And he's got over 24 years of experience and more than that, over $2 billion transactions. So we got a powerhouse here today. So we're going to have so much fun and we'll talk about so many things about, multifamily, commercial real estate and everything. So welcome, Ken. How are you?
Thank you, Vinney, for having me.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm here in the Bay Area, San Francisco. As you know, I've been living here over 40 years. Ken, you are on the East Coast, right? Yeah.
I am. At the moment, I'm in our Cleveland office. Yes, sir.
Oh, Cleveland office. Beautiful. I got married outside Pittsburgh, by the way. In Monroeville, there is an Indian temple there. That's when I got married 42 years back, fortunately. And we are happily married, 2 kids now. How about yourself?
Yes. So I'm married, been married for about 8 years, second marriage.
Yes.
Have 2 grown kids and they're off and doing their own thing now. So we actually used to manage a property in Monroeville, Pennsylvania.
Oh my God.
Always a small world. I've learned that a long time ago.
It's exciting. I used to be in Bowling Green, Ohio, and Findlay, Ohio, in my back life. And then we moved to the Bay Area about 42 years back, literally. Okay. That's when we got married that year, and the company moved me to open up the division and never looked back and, enjoyed the Bay Area, But today we're going to be talking about, the things that we need to look into, a real estate investment firm must have before you give them your money. We're going to talk about passive money, how the investors can really find good operators like Ken's company or my company, and how to really, I just was talking to you, Ken, right? I wired $9,301,000 yesterday. Actually, the bank fraud department stalled the wire. They said, how is this so much money going where? Everything, So, but we did get it cleared and everything. And I raised $9 million in 9 days. That's my best ever.
That's so impressive, Vinney. That's really impressive.
No, thank you.
Hi. You are listening to Syndication Made Easy podcast. We will be right back after this short break.
Hi, thank you so much. This is Vinney Chopra, and thank you for subscribing to my podcast and YouTube channel and Facebook pages and all the great things, and LinkedIn. Connect with me. I come live to you every Friday at 9:30 Pacific with Vinney and Bo Show. Please also look at that. And also the podcast, which is my Apartment Syndication Made Easy. The book I wrote a couple of years back became international top seller on Amazon International now. And then we like to bring great guests for you every week or twice a week sometime to give you a lot of great knowledge. So please subscribe. You give us 5-star reviews on the iTunes. The better the guests we can bring, and our ranking will go higher also. Thanks again for following us and really getting the most out of it, please comment, like, share, because we would love to bring better and better material for you.
I know you have done so well. Please give our audience, some background, how you got into real estate, and you're doing so well, over 2 billion in transactions. Wow.
Yeah. So I'll give you the story. You talk about Bowling Green, Ohio. I know Bowling Green because I actually was born in Toledo, Ohio. 20 minutes from Bowling Green. It's a very small world. So I grew up in Toledo, got my undergrad from the University of Toledo. Then I moved to Cleveland, got my master's degree from Case Western Reserve, and went to work for a bank now that is part of PNC. Spent 5 years as a commercial lender there. And then I moved to Deloitte. I became a CPA and worked for Deloitte for 7 years in their tax department, did a ton of private equity work, a lot of tax planning. It was really a fun ride. But the craziest thing happened to me. Back then my kids were very, very young. And I mean, this is a true story. This is actually how I got into real estate. My wife, I used to do the middle of the night feeding for my daughter, for both kids. But my daughter in particular, my son was in bed. My daughter, we would do this night after night where I would do the night feeding. And I loved it because it was time for her and I to just bond, right? Think of father-daughter thing, right? Everybody else is sleeping and you're just chilling, relaxing with your daughter. It was awesome. Except what started to happen to me was I started to look at her and realize, wait a minute, I'm working really hard. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, but I can't figure out how to really get ahead. I can't figure out how am I going to put you through school without tons of student loans? How am I going to do all the things that I felt our family deserved? I couldn't figure that out. So I just got stressed out because, if you know anything about CPAs, we work really hard. And so you're working 80 hours a week and you're still not, really feeling good about it in terms of your bank account. So I decided I took 2 years while I was still working at Deloitte, and I just tried to understand this real estate thing. See, when I was at the bank, many of my customers owned real estate and did very well. When I went to Deloitte, they had a huge real estate practice in the Cleveland office, and now I had more people doing real estate doing extremely well. I said, I got to figure this out. So I did. I spent, a couple of years and thousands of dollars trying to figure it out. And then I finally, in 1997, got the guts to buy that first property. So I did. I bought a 28-unit property in a small part of Cleveland called Shaker Square. Then I bought another one. Then I bought another one. And here's what happened. Like 3 years later, I remember this well. It was the year 2000. I sold those 3 properties. And I made, at the time, this is a huge story for me then. At the time, I made over $500,000 in real estate on the side, right?
Look at that.
It occurred to me then, wait a minute, I had never had real money in my bank account like this. And I did this while I was still working at Deloitte. So it was truly a passive activity for me. And I thought, wait a minute, before I remember thinking back to that time with my daughter when I couldn't figure out how I was going to put her through school. And guess what? I knew now exactly how I was going to do it, right? How am I going to get to financial independence? How am I going to be able to do the things that I want for our family? I knew now. It absolutely made total sense to me. So then I just continued on, and that's how I got into real estate, because those first 3 deals just made me so much money. Remember, $500,000 is a lot of money. But back in the year 22 years ago, that's a really that's a huge amount of money. So that's how I got into real estate. I know it's a long-winded story, but
it is a long one. It's a great one too, because very similar to you, my career also took off. We had single family homes, but we were not able to make the kind of cash flows. And my kids, Neil and Monica, were going to universities, UCLA and Berkeley. We were in the same position, We don't in Indian culture, we don't take loans, for education. So I was going to pay as mom and dad, we were going to pay for them. So that's when I jumped into real estate, commercial. Right. I said, I need more passive incomes. And you're so right. And that's what happened 15 years back for me, 22 years back for you. So that's exciting.
So now, just a few years ago, my daughter, well, it wasn't very long, maybe it was a couple of years ago, my daughter, she now works for a private equity firm. And we're spending more and more time together because she understands what I do now. And I'll tell you, it was really heartwarming to have her out of nowhere thank me for doing what we did so that she didn't have a ton of debt to deal with now. So, any of your listeners that are trying to figure out you got to do this. You just absolutely have to do this so that your daughter can thank you or your son can thank you at some point for getting them through school without, all the student loans that their friends have. It's so, really, really powerful.
It is powerful, Ken. And so similar, man. You and I are parallel story. Our daughter Monica is fully involved in our business now. Totally involved for
that's awesome.
7-8 years. She's the VP. She'll be the next president of all these different companies we have built together. And it's so exciting, isn't it?